My bag.
In the bag?
Yes, sir, listen, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not.
This is a little punk. Airport. Gun in the bag.
Yeah.
I go to private school. It's not mine, it's his gun.
Meech was making money, but he was spending it hand over fist, like you said.
Chrome heart jeans. You got 10 pair of those, do the math. What's that, 100,000?
Got 10 pairs. Do the math. What's that? 100 grand? Big Meech isn't just a name, it's a whole movement. A street legend and a heavyweight in hip-hop history, all built off the power of the Black Mafia family empire. But the minute his son Lil Meech steps into the spotlight, that legendary shine, it starts fading real quick. Remember the airport mess? A gun in his bag. Seriously? Lil Meech has been tangled up in so much drama lately that when folks hear BMF, they don't think legacy, they think chaos. And let's be real, being Big Meech's son probably comes with pressure, heavy pressure. It's like he's trying to keep up the gangster image, walking the same path his father paved. But the steps, they're looking shaky. But let's be real, everything we've seen shows he ain't built like his pops. People don't see a boss when they look at Lil Meech. They see someone trying too hard to play a role. Big Meech came straight from the struggle and turned dirt into a dynasty. Lil Meech? He grew up with comfort, private school, clean streets, and a life way different from the one BMF came out of. So when he steps out flashing that gangster persona, it feels forced. And what really had people talking? Those snitching allegations. In that world, you can mess up a lot of things. But snitching?
Gun in the bag.
Yeah.
I go to private school. It's not mine, it's his gun. You don't know my dad?
That's the one thing that'll kill your name for good. Folks started side-eyeing him hard after that. It all started blowing up back in 2022 when he got into some drama at the airport. Again, TSA agents found a Glock 19 in a bag that was reportedly tied to Lil Meech. And after that, it all went downhill real quick. Instead of holding it down, he started running his mouth heavy. First, he tried claiming he was a minor, at 22 years old. Then he said the bag wasn't even his, that somebody else packed it and dropped the gun in there. Come on now, that kind of talk? In street circles, it gets you labeled a snitch fast, even if nobody ends up behind bars. Trying to keep his image alive, Lil Meech surrounded himself with real street dudes. Probably figured it would help sell that whole tough guy vibe.
That's who he really is, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these people get caught up and stuck in character.
Lil Meech is not a gangster.
Not at all.
He's the son of a gangster.
But when the body cam footage from the airport incident came out, a bunch of them bounced. They didn't want their name next to that kind of energy. Still, a couple stuck around. One of them, a dude named 3 Luck. 3 Luck stayed solid, maybe thinking the drama would fade or hoping Lil Meech would finally step up and prove he was cut out for the life. But that loyalty, it blew up in his face, big time. By mid-2025, everything crashed. 3 Luck took it to social media and straight up exposed Lil Meech for something wild. He claimed Lil Meech let him take the blame for something serious, without warning. It all traces back to October 24th, 2024. That day, 3 Luck was just tagging along, thinking they were out running a few errands. But what he didn't know, Lil Meech was already under investigation, and the cops were watching every move. So when the police ran the plates and saw who was behind the wheel, they pulled the car over. But Meech didn't stop right away. He hesitated, made it look like he was about to run. Meanwhile, 3 Luck was knocked out cold in the passenger seat, clueless to the chaos that was about to hit. They pull into a parking lot, and this is where it all gets real messy. Allegedly, while 3 Luck is still out cold, Lil Meech starts shifting illegal stuff off himself and hiding it near 3 Luck's seat. So by the time he finally stops and the cops roll up, sirens blazing and lights flashing, 3 Luck wakes up in total confusion. And boom, he spots the heat stashed right next to him. He glances at Meech, and in that split second, it clicks. He's been set up by the one person he thought had his back.
On you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, sir, listen, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straightened out.
Please.
Cops get them out the car and split them up. They start checking the ride, and at first, all they find are some firearms. Now, this is Florida. We're not talking strict states like Cali or New York. Down there, gun laws are looser, so the cops weren't even tripping that hard. It was looking like they were just gonna let both Lil Meech and 3 Luck walk free. But then Lil Meech does something nobody saw coming. He straight up spills to the cops, without being asked. Out of nowhere, he blurts out that there's more illegal stuff in the car. Like, why even say that? Completely unprovoked, he hands over extra info that turns a small situation into a major one. And get this, the cops hadn't even asked about anything else. They were only locked in on the guns. But the moment Lil Meech opened his mouth, he gave them a whole new reason to dig deeper.
They call on us. It's not pulling into the parking lot. It's stopped right now, but it's registered to Lil Meech. Hey, go ahead and pull into the parking lot.
Just like that, what could have been a minor situation turned into something way more serious, fast. Now with both firearms and other illegal stuff in play, things took a sharp turn. Next thing you know, 3 Luck gets arrested. He's the one slapped with the charges. And eventually, he gets sentenced to 40 months behind bars. Here's the wild part. At first, 3 Luck didn't even realize Lil Meech had said anything to the cops. He had no clue Meech had low-key flipped and put the blame on him. From where he was standing, it probably looked like Meech just panicked and stashed the goods in the wrong spot. Even though he was heated, he might have thought, all right, I'll take the fall. Maybe Meech will take care of me while I'm locked up. But nah, that loyalty wasn't returned. 3 Luck ended up blowing through his entire life savings, trying to fight the case. And through all of that, not one dime came from Lil Meech or his crew. Total silence. But eventually the truth comes out. 3 Luck gets access to the footage, or at least sees clips from the body cam video, where Lil Meech flat out admits to cops there's more illegal stuff in the car. That's when it all clicked. Betrayal. And boom, it all clicks. Everything starts making sense. That's when the betrayal hits 3 Luck straight in the chest, so he finally breaks his silence. He jumps on Instagram and airs it all out. Drops receipts, including a voice recording of a phone call, where Lil Meech is straight up heard apologizing. In that same call, Lil Meech even told him that once the BMF show got rebooted, he'd come through with some money and hold him down. But right around that time, rumors started flying that 50 Cent had pulled the plug on the show, that it wasn't coming back. 3 Luck, already feeling the heat, reached out again. And again, Lil Meech made more promises. And again, nothing. No help, no support. Then 3 Luck finally sees the body cam footage. The moment he sees proof that Lil Meech really did him dirty, that was the last straw. He puts everything out for the public. No filters, no holding back. And even though it's a terrible look for Lil Meech, people weren't all that surprised. Why? Because there's already been talk for a while now that he's disloyal. And the same thing gets said about his dad. Word is, both of them got a history of switching up on people. That shady rep, it's part of why they're not even cool with 50 Cent anymore.
It's not legal what?
To have a firearm.
I'm talking about that stuff.
Huh?
That stuff.
Talking about the other guy?
That stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
If there was anyone who had the power to give Lil Meech real respect, both in the streets and in Hollywood, it was 50 Cent. He didn't just cast Meech Jr. in the BMF series. He gave him a whole lane. Mentor, big bro, industry plug, and image protector all in one. For a while, 50 was riding hard for Lil Meech, even shielding him from the usual heat that comes with being the son of a street legend. But then, that relationship exploded in 2025, and the drama was loud, messy, and super public. It all started when Big Meech got released from prison. That moment should have been a major celebration. Pops is finally out, and his son already made a name for himself by playing him in a hit TV show. The BMF legacy was on fire, being introduced to a whole new generation. But then Big Meech made a move that caught 50 Cent completely off guard. Whatever unity they had, it cracked right there. What should have been a victory lap turned into the start of a messy fallout. Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross, one of 50 Cent's biggest longtime rivals, and threw a flashy welcome home concert. That right there was the line 50 felt should have never been crossed, especially after he was the one keeping the Meech name alive, on TV, in pop culture, and even behind the scenes financially by putting Lil Meech in position.
Already, so I really took a chance on using the money I had saved up for my family.
Yeah. I apologize for that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
To 50, he had poured in time, money, and major effort into the Flannery family. And now, he felt straight up betrayed. So what did 50 do? He reached for his sharpest weapon, the internet. He hit Instagram and unloaded, started firing shots at both Big Meech and Lil Meech, no holding back. One of the wildest posts he dropped? A viral pic of a giant rat captioned, "I think I'm Big Meech," a cold twist on Rick Ross's iconic line. Basically, he was calling Big Meech a snitch, loud and clear. That post had the internet on fire. He said, "They called me Big Meech," and it didn't stop there. When it came to Lil Meech, 50 turned the heat all the way up. He started spilling behind-the-scenes tea, claiming Lil Meech was showing up to set high, acting wild, and even had to be sent to rehab right in the middle of filming. And 50 didn't just talk, he posted proof. He dropped a photo of Lil Meech slumped in a wheelchair with Amy Winehouse's rehab plastered over it, captioning it with lines like, "Damn, this is bad. You believe me now?" Total humiliation. Lil Meech tried to brush it off, telling TMZ, "Where I'm from, everybody needs rehab." But 50 wasn't done.
Meech is doing this big concert, and I believe he was probably trying to create more interest in it. And so then 50 gets upset about that.
He reposted the clip and clowned Meech even harder, saying something slick like, he must not have heard them say, "cut," basically calling him out for acting like a gangster even when the cameras weren't rolling, like he was stuck in character, trying way too hard. By this point, Meech was feeling the pressure for real. He tried to hit up 50 behind the scenes, hoping to cool things down. But that move? It didn't stay quiet for long. In the leaked text messages, Lil Meech sounded hurt, confused, and totally blindsided. He messaged 50 saying, "I've only ever shown you love. I never switched up. This internet stuff is throwing me off. You know me in real life." Trying to prove he was still loyal, he even took a jab at Rick Ross in those same texts, saying something like, "KF Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he could pay his bills till next season." But 50? He wasn't buying any of it. Instead of keeping those messages private, he blasted them on Instagram, sarcastic caption and all. He clowned Meech publicly and even dropped a hint that the BMF show might be getting the axe. Then he made it crystal clear, "I'm done with the Meech business." And just like that, he cut ties completely. After that moment, the whole vibe around Lil Meech shifted, both in the streets and in the industry. When someone like 50 Cent, who's known for being real, cutthroat, and respected, publicly calls you out as fake and ungrateful, that rep sticks. Especially in hip-hop, where loyalty is currency. You can beef and still bounce back, but if folks think you turned your back on the very man who gave you your shot, that's career suicide. And to make it even worse, Lil Meech's next moves torched any chance of a comeback. Instead of staying low or trying to clean up the mess, he went full rebel mode. He popped out in Miami, partying with two of 50 Cent's biggest enemies, Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. That's not one.
Anything, or did he just kind of, unfollow Lil Meech?
Well, he posted a rat, said they call me.
That's 2 strikes straight out of 50's rival circle. Then he made it worse. He posted a pic with them and captioned it, "Real Power." Yeah, a clear shot at 50's power franchise. His team tried to spin the story, saying Meech was unbothered, focused on new business plays, and doing his own thing without 50. But at that point, nobody was buying it. For a lot of people, it just confirmed what 50 had been shouting all along, that Lil Meech had no real loyalty and would switch sides the moment things got tough. 50 Cent shut that door for good. His fans followed suit. And Lil Meech, once seen as a rising star, the next torchbearer for the BMF legacy, was now viewed by many as just another privileged kid who fumbled a major bag and burned bridges with the exact people who helped him rise in the first place. And in the world Lil Meech is desperate to be accepted in, where loyalty, respect, and authenticity run everything, without those, you're done. All Lil Meech really has left is the name, and even that can fade fast if the mess keeps stacking up. Beyond the massive blowout with 50 Cent and the scandal with 3 Luck, his track record is full of smaller slip-ups. Not big enough to end his career on their own, but put together, it paints a messy picture. It feels like every couple of months, there's a new headline, another viral moment, another reason people start giving him the side eye. And when you're trying to carry a name as legendary as Big Meech, that kind of constant attention, it does not help. Let's rewind to 2022. Meech got arrested in Miami on grand theft and fraud charges, all over a watch. But not just any watch. A $250,000 Richard Mille. According to reports, he walked into a high-end jeweler, dropped off a Rolex as collateral, scooped the Richard Mille, and dipped. Still owed nearly $200,000 on it. Then, to make it even shadier, he allegedly tried to trade that same watch at a different store like it was fully his. That move had scammer energy all over it. Even though the charges were eventually dropped, the internet had already cooked up the narrative. The story went viral, and instead of headlines about his acting or his legacy, it was BMF star busted in watch scam. A terrible look. Instead of coming off like a boss, he looked like a kid doing way too much to stunt for the gram. And then there's his personal life, which hasn't done him any favors either. His relationship with R&B singer Summer Walker, it quickly turned into straight-up blog fuel. Sure, they had a few cute couple moments on social media, but behind the scenes, it was messy. Cheating rumors started swirling, and then came one of the strangest moments yet. The whole musty situation. Comedian Jess Hilarious went live and clowned Lil Meech, saying he smelled bad. She joked that Summer Walker must have had a strong stomach putting up with him, calling him musty on air in front of everybody. That one joke, it lit the internet on fire. Now picture this. Meech is out here trying to build up a tough guy rep, son of a gangster, legacy to uphold, and the internet's cooking him for not wearing deodorant. He tried clapping back the only way he knew how, by putting Jess Hilarious on blast. He posted old DMs where she was allegedly flirting with him, saying, "You didn't think I smelled bad back then." But by the time he hit post, the damage was already done. On their own, these moments might just look like typical celebrity slip-ups, stuff any young, famous dude might go through. But when you line all of it up, a whole different picture starts to form. Lil Meech isn't coming off like some sharp, street-raised rising star. He's looking reckless, immature, and like he's coasting off his father's name without truly earning the respect that legacy demands. In the hip-hop world, especially with the OGs and folks who really live that life, they're not buying what he's selling. They see past the Instagram flexes and red carpet stunts. To them, it's all surface. And when they put him side by side with Big Meech, it's night and day. Big Meech built something from nothing, took real risks, and paid real consequences. They look at Lil Meech like, this is who's supposed to carry the BMF torch? This kid just ain't built like that. And honestly, it's not even about the private school or growing up in comfort. Nobody's mad at him for having a better life than his pops. The real problem? The act. Like one fan said it plain, 50 didn't clown Lil Meech for going to private school. He clowned him for pretending like he didn't. And that's the root of it all. Authenticity. In hip-hop and real street culture, that's the one thing you cannot fake. You can't talk tough if you've never felt real pressure. You can't claim the grind if you never lived through the storm. And when your name is Meech, the bar is way higher. So when you're out here getting caught up in silly drama, chasing clout, picking fights online, and acting like you're built for the trenches, People aren't going to respect that. They're going to laugh. If you want more breakdowns like this one, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss the real tea. We're just getting started.